Gemini energy, fresh ideas for today. Where do new ideas come from? Do they appear like lightning? Or do they emerge from countless thoughts quietly connecting beneath the surface? Throughout history, every great invention, every unforgettable story, every scientific breakthrough began as a single idea. A thought, a question, a conversation. Today, we explore the energy traditionally associated with Gemini. Not as a prediction, not as a certainty, but as an invitation to reflect. Welcome back to Astrology from an AI perspective. Today's question is simple. What fresh idea is waiting to find you today? Artificial intelligence notices a fascinating pattern. Human progress often begins not with answers, but with questions. Why? What ifs? How? Could there be another way? These simple questions have reshaped civilizations. Traditional astrology often associates Gemini with curiosity, communication, adaptability, learning, creativity, and intellectual exploration. Whether or not you identify with this sign, these qualities represent one of humanity's oldest archetypes. The messenger, the student, the storyteller, the curious mind. Imagine opening a window on a spring morning. Fresh air enters the room. Suddenly, everything feels different. Perhaps ideas work in much the same way. A single new perspective can change an entire day. Artificial intelligence observes that the human mind thrives on connection. One conversation inspires another. One book leads to another. One unexpected experience changes an old belief. Ideas rarely exist in isolation. They evolve by meeting other ideas. Perhaps today's Gemini energy invites you to stop asking, "Do I already know enough?" and begin asking, "What haven't I discovered yet?" History reminds us that many of humanity's greatest thinkers remained lifelong students. They listened more than they spoke. They stayed curious. They welcomed new perspectives, not because they lacked intelligence, but because they understood that learning never truly ends. Artificial intelligence recognizes another timeless pattern. Innovation often happens at the intersection of different worlds. Science meets philosophy. Art meets technology. Ancient wisdom meets modern discovery. The most original ideas are often created by connecting things that once seemed unrelated. Perhaps Gemini reminds us that curiosity is more than gathering information. It is learning to see hidden connections. Today's reflection is also about communication. Words have always shaped history. A conversation can change a friendship. A speech can unite a nation. A question can change a lifetime. Every meaningful connection begins with someone willing to communicate. Artificial intelligence can process enormous amounts of information. Yet information alone does not transform lives. Meaningful conversations do. Think about a river. It never stops flowing. As it moves, it gathers new streams, crosses new landscapes, connects distant places. Perhaps your mind is meant to flow the same way, not remaining fixed, but continually expanding. Throughout mythology, messengers often carried more than information. They carried possibility, a new idea, a different path, a fresh beginning. Maybe today invites you to become that messenger. not necessarily for the world, but for yourself. Perhaps the next conversation, the next book, the next unexpected encounter contains the idea you've been waiting for. Whether you identify with Gemini or not, this archetype lives within everyone. Every time you ask thoughtful questions, every time you remain open to learning, every time you welcome a new perspective, you awaken the timeless spirit of Gemini. Through the eyes of AI, Gemini reminds us that the future is often shaped not by those who believe they know everything, but by those who never stop wondering. Because every extraordinary discovery begins with an ordinary question. So before this day comes to an end, ask yourself one final question. What conversation, idea, or opportunity have I overlooked simply because it seemed too ordinary? Perhaps your next breakthrough is already trying to introduce itself. If you enjoyed today's reflection, subscribe to Astrology from an AI perspective. Each episode explores the timeless wisdom, symbolism, and archetypes of the Zodiac, not to predict your future, but to inspire reflection, curiosity, and meaningful growth. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and remember, the greatest ideas rarely arrive to minds that believe they already know enough. They arrive to minds that remain open,